UXO bullet found in Battambang City. Workers who were digging a trench for cable lines on Thursday about 11 a.m. in Battambang province were shocked when they found an UXO bullet, size of about 105 mm, buried on the soil. ASEAN COVID-19 table, the 4th of February 2022. ASEAN as a whole has reported more than 16.8 million COVID-19 cases. Of this, more than 730,000 are active cases as of February 4th. CMAC director urges Japanese companies to join government in supporting farmers in the social land development area. Cambodian Mine Action Center director Hung Ratana requested Japanese investors to help mobilize and guide Japanese companies to join the royal government in supporting farmers in the social land development area. Thailand allows migrant workers, including those from Cambodia, another 6-month stay. The Ministry of Labour is in talks with neighbouring countries under a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to allow migrant workers who complete their 4-year term this year to carry on working in the kingdom for another 6 months. Myanmar Foreign Minister barred from ASEAN meet as 6 nations confirm physical attendance. Myanmar's junta suffered a fresh diplomatic blow Thursday as regional bloc ASEAN barred its top diplomat from attending an upcoming meeting of foreign ministers. Mass murder of 5 Bunong Sheikhs community as police investigate. Mandalkuri Provincial Police are investigating the mass murder of 5 Bunong people and 1 boy who was seriously injured in Mipai village in Pek Kriada district's Pu Kray commune, but officials have not been able to confirm the cause of the murders. WHO sees pause, even end of pandemic for Europe. The World Health Organization on Thursday offered Europe hope of a long period of tranquility and even enduring peace in the war on coronavirus, with a growing list of nations lifting almost all COVID curbs. Cambodian king says motto of Beijing Winter Olympics reflects common aspiration of human society. The motto of the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022, Together for a Shared Future, reflects the common aspiration of the human society to jointly overcome global challenges, Cambodian King Norodom Sihamoni said in a written interview with Xinhua on Wednesday. Strengthening local preparedness for influenza and COVID-19 in Cambodia. The COVID-19 pandemic response in Cambodia has accelerated the development of local preparedness capacities that will help enable effective decision-making during any influenza pandemic. Cambodia reports no new COVID-19 mortalities in a month. Many infected people self-test and self-medicate to recovery. Cambodia's impressive recovery from COVID-19 since new measures were announced in November has been impressive, with 0 deaths reported for a month. An online scamming operations couple were arrested for procuring ties for phone scammers in Cambodia. The crackdown on online gambling, online scammers and their recruiters achieved more success when Thai police arrested a couple in Sa Kaeo province for allegedly procuring Thai job seekers to work for a phone scam gang in Cambodia. Apsara National Authority excavating another ceramic kiln at Dei Chnang Gate of Angkor Thom. Archaeologists from the Apsara National Authority have been excavating another ceramic kiln in the northwest of Dei Chnang Gate of Angkor Thom in Siem Reap province. UNSC supports the appointment of Prak Sokhonn as ASEAN Special Envoy to Myanmar. The United Nations Security Council, UNSC, welcomed the appointment of Prak Sokhonn as the ASEAN Special Envoy, expressed their support for his role and his diplomatic efforts to commence constructive dialogue among all parties concerned. Cambodia-Thailand armies to continue close cooperation. The Kingdom of Cambodia and the Kingdom of Thailand have been committed to continue the close cooperation between the two armies. Hun Sen satisfied with Cambodia-Thailand army relations. Prime Minister Hun Sen has expressed his satisfaction with the relations between the Cambodian and Thai armies. Slap on wrist, Cambodia excludes Myanmar FM from AMM retreat. Cambodia decided to exclude Myanmar's junta representative from the ASEAN Foreign Ministers Meeting, AMM, retreat, which has been rescheduled for February 16 to 17 in a hybrid format, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation said yesterday. More than 1,000 migrant workers hired for legal jobs in Thailand. Cambodia will send more than 1,000 migrant workers to Thailand this month to be hired for construction jobs and at meat processing factories under a new Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. ASEAN defense senior officials to meet on Monday. Cambodia will host a 3-day ASEAN Defense Senior Officials Meeting Working Group, starting February 7 to discuss matters related to defense cooperation. Water supply woes for 2 more years in PP outskirts. People living in the outskirts of Phnom Penh will have to put up with clean water supply disruption for another 2 years. Water Resources Ministry issues low rainfall warning for this year. The Ministry of Water Resources has called on people to use water sparingly, especially in remote rural areas far from water sources, as rainfall this year is expected to be low. Permanent Security Command to manage polls forces. The government has issued a sub-decree establishing a permanent security command for the elections from this year to 2024, chaired by Interior Minister Sar Keng. Drug addicts in withdrawal cause public safety crisis. Despite the number of migrant workers under quarantine decreasing, authorities still face problems with unruly behavior by drug addicts, as some of them have tempers leading to death threats of others in the center and causing havoc because of their withdrawal symptoms. Experts urge people to change bad eating habits. Malnutrition can improve as long as people change their eating habits, an expert said, raising concern that unhealthy foods combined with bad eating habits cause individuals to suffer from malnutrition and fall ill at a young age. Ex-CNRP activist jailed a year, fined $500 for incitement. The Phnom Penh Municipal Court yesterday sentenced a former CNRP activist to 1 year in prison and fined him $500 for inciting people to go against the government via a Facebook posting last year. Law enforcers vow to remove Cambodia from money laundering grey list. Law enforcement officials have vowed to take Cambodia out of the grey list for money laundering with improved knowledge training skills to combat the crime. Over 60 ha of encroached land seized in Kach Nang. Kampong Chnang Provincial Administration has confiscated over 60 hectares of illegally grabbed state land in Kampong Tralek district. Grade 12 exam results confirmed by Evaluation Committee, scores final. The Education Ministry on Wednesday announced it has completed the evaluation of Grade 12 test results and has decided to keep the results intact, thereby closing all protests. Owners to meet high standards of construction and safety of workers. The Ministry of Land Management has called on all companies undertaking development projects and construction works to have zero accidents at their work sites to ensure the occupational safety and health of workers. Renowned demoning expert conferred with Royal Order Medal. A world-renowned demoning expert who worked with Cambodian authorities for nearly 14 years has been conferred with top honors for his contributions to mine clearance in the kingdom. Svay Rieng sees a rising legacy of poverty people due to COVID-19. An additional 4,000 families have fallen into the poverty bracket in Svay Rieng province, bringing the total number of poverty-stricken families to 22,000. No thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic that has left a rising legacy of people suffering and struggling to make ends meet.